It is time to ask yourself the questions you've been avoiding. Am I good enough? Am I happy? Am I doing what God has called me to do, or am I just sitting back watching the world go by? Is there something better for me out there? Whether you're a single woman trying to live a more joyful life, a married woman struggling in your relationship, or a mother trying to be the best parent you can be, this podcast is for you. The Stepping Into Your Calling podcast is a live workshop style health and wellness podcast packed with actionable steps that will help you live a more fulfilling life. Host Sol Lagunas brings her knowledge as a registered nurse, mother of 3 children, wife, student, and faith-based leader to inspire you to step into your calling without fear. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Stepping Into Your Calling podcast. My name is Sol and I'm your host, and I'm here with a great friend. I consider her a friend now. It's so funny because I don't know if you know how I know you, but we have a mutual friend and her name is Mel. And a little time ago, I was looking for a photographer for one of our women's events, and I was like asking all my friends, like, hey, do you know someone that can, take some photos for us and whatnot? And she recommended you, so I started following you. But I'm here with Sofia. Sofia, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Sofia. I'm a photographer. I take headshots and events, so like business events and family events. That's what I'm
Yeah.
known for.
You are involved in a lot of women's events as well. We create our smaller version of those type of events that you have. We would love for one day to be able to have you join one of our events, either as a photographer or as a participant, because I think community is huge. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the events that you've done or that you've joined, participated in?
I've done a lot of women's events.
Mm-hmm.
Women and Latina events are what I'm involved in,
Mm-hmm.
which I love it.
Yeah.
You see a lot of, I don't know, like groups. More so like, how do I explain it? Like you want to like be the change,
Mm-hmm.
but then you realize there's people in within your own community that are doing the work and being the change for women or for the Latino community, which is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful that you said that, because it reminds me, I have this quote that I have even at work. And anytime they ask me like what is your motivation, I always say like be the change that you want to see. And I think for the Latino community, it's very like, how do I say it? There's not many role models that we can look up to and say, hey, she looks like me and
Hmm.
she's there and I want to be there too. And so I think like these type of women events, the ones that you've done, the ones that I've done, really help to like embrace that change. And sometimes it's like breaking generational chains, right? Like we weren't taught to go outside the box and like be inspirational or be motivational, but through these events, I feel like we're creating that momentum of like, sure, like it's time to like make a change and be the change that you want to see and inspire and motivate the upcoming generation, because this world is, I don't know, it's changing and it's not, I don't know, sometimes it's not always looking great out there. But I'm glad that you enjoy those things. I mean, I think community is huge. What do you think about community?
No, I 100,001% agree. And it's very, like you mentioned, it's very inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, this is talking from my point of view, that I feel like it's, wow, I see, a Latina doing this, and she's doing all these things. And it's like, she's doing that and she looks like me. It's like, I can do the same, or I
Mm-hmm.
can do, better for,
Yes.
you know, so yeah.
Yeah. So have you gotten a chance to like speak at these events?
No. No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I've just attended and taken pictures for them.
Yeah.
But it's very inspiring and very, I enjoy it.
How do you feel when you leave from the events?
I feel like I'm filled with I can't think of the word, like with joy and with
Yes.
inspiration, and filled with,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like I'm it's because I go to these events, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like with other people, um I have, not that I have to, but it's more so to, they pour into me, I pour into other people, type of thing.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah, I love that. I always ask that question because I want to know like feedback. Sometimes we don't get feedback and we're like,
mhm.
okay, so did it go well? Did it not go well? Like what type of where can we improve in these types of situations? But okay, so I did send you a couple of questions that we're going to be going over. We kind of like went on the side with another topic, but can you tell us a little bit of about what your like morning or night routine, if you have one, looks like?
So in the morning, I wake up pretty early. Not too early, but I wake up early. And I lift. I go to the gym 3 times a week. I lift weights.
Nice.
And then I usually have a breakfast, which is, I like something fast and easy,
Mm-hmm.
because I just don't want to sit and just make a whole breakfast for myself. So I'll make like a vegetable or a fruit shake,
Okay.
um, like a green shake. My
Mm-hmm.
And then my night routine, I read the Bible at night before I go to bed. I
Nice.
try to read a chapter. If I have time, I'll read two. But I'll read a chapter before I go to bed, and yeah.
That's interesting because a lot of content out there tells us to like start our day off with like the Bible.
Yes, and I agree. I don't do that.
Yeah, I think there was another, I can't remember the influencer's name, but she was like, it doesn't matter where when you do it, as long as you do it every single day, that you spend some time
Mhm,
reading the Bible. And I think that's another area where you and I connected.
mhm,
And so we got to know each other on social media, but then we connected through like a Bible study, which was
mhm.
great. And there's another one coming
Oh,
soon. So I haven't said anything yet, but we're thinking starting something in September. So I'll keep you posted.
okay.
Um, but what would you say keeps you inspired or motivated?
What keeps me inspired and motivated is my younger self.
Oh.
And I feel like we all go through seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and there was just a point in my life for a very long time that I was not happy.
Yeah.
I was not happy, and it, I was, my self worth was like out the window. It was not there.
Mm,
Um, and then it's my younger self. That's all I can say. It's my younger self. It's just to keep going, and it gets better.
yeah, yeah. Um I think well, I don't know if you would mind sharing, but what is it about your younger self that you would be like, that's one of the questions too on here. Like, what is it that you could go back to tell her like it gets better?
I've always had the foundation of God. I've
Mm-hmm.
lived with my grandparents my whole life. So my grandma would pray the rosary every night. Um, she so the foundation was always there.
Yeah.
I just never built from that foundation, I would say,
Yeah.
until I got older, which is now, and just know that God has a plan for you and He
Mm-hmm.
wants to see you win in all areas of your life, and just keep the faith because it does get better. So,
Yeah, that's nice. That's beautiful. What would you tell someone that is starting like their faith journey, or where would you advise them to start?
for me, it was out of curiosity
Okay.
because I was surrounded with all these business owners and women who would talk about God and they would refer to the Bible all the time. And I was like, I want to know that too. So I started reading the Bible. I started going to church. Um, I think it's just surrounding yourself with people who are already in the faith, who've been in the faith for a long time. And they can help, guide you and be there. So
So what was like one of the things that your curiosity took you? Like, was it church? Was it the Bible? Was it a study?
it was actually so funny. I had this conversation with someone not too long ago that I was like, I want to go to Christian church because they seem funner or more fun, more fun. And I remember, and I still have the video, like on social media, Instagram. I saved the video, and it turned out it was like a pastor preaching, preaching. I was like, so I think that's where it all stemmed from.
Mm-hmm.
That too, but I also feel like there was a very tough season in my life, and I turned to God unknowingly but knowingly. And
Yeah.
he really he helped me. And I it's from if you met me a couple years ago, you would say, "What are you talking about?" Because there was like nothing. I had no relationship with him until now, and he saved me
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's the answer that I get when I ask other people, because I do the same thing. Like, I'm so curious about faith and
Mhm.
God, and how does He show up in other people's life, because I know how He showed up in mine, right?
Mhm.
But I always get that answer, like, He showed up when I
Mhm.
didn't think that I needed Him, or when I didn't expect for Him to show up. Like, He was just there, and the response is always like, I was saved. Mine was recent too. It feels recent. I always say it's like new, but it's been 4 years. So since around like 2020.
Oh, that's kind of like me too, a little bit. Yeah, like
Yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And my son had a really scary health problem, and and I basically just like, I don't know. I just got down on my knees, right? And I just said, just whatever your will is,
Hmm.
basically. And I didn't think my son was gonna live. I was just like in that space where I wanted to like run and just go crazy, but then I had to control myself because I also had other little ones, and just be strong for my husband because he's going through it with me. But I was just lost. I was lost. I didn't even know what to do, but he showed up for us. He's healthy. He's 6 now. He was two back then, you know? And so that was just like a huge miracle. But when he showed up for me that moment in that season, I could recall like looking back how many times he
Mhm.
was there for me and I didn't even realize it. I was just like the description of the podcast. I was just sitting down watching the world go by and I didn't realize how much he was there intervening for me
Mhm.
and moving, taking people out that I thought needed to be in my life
Yes.
and changing my personal ways of thinking and doing stuff. And so that's beautiful. I love to hear how he shows up in other people's lives because it reminds me of how good he is. Do you have someone that you like call and ask, like maybe like a mentor in the faith community?
Mm, yes and no.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't know it, right?
Um, yes and no. I'm around a lot of people who are, women who are believers, but I don't have a mentor. I
Mm.
have called certain people like, hey, for advice, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think for me, the person that was mentoring me didn't even know she was mentoring me. I was just like watching everything that
Yeah.
she did.
Actually, okay, so I'm gonna say yes
Okay.
because I was a photographer for a non-for-profit organization, um, PG-31, and I think she was um, the person who really inspired me
Yeah.
to. She actually introduced me to the church, um, and everything. So I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we don't even know. We don't know that we're being pulled or
Hmm.
attracted to them, and they
Hmm.
don't know that they're inspiring us,
Hmm.
which is totally okay to do. If anyone wants to start their faith journey, I
Hmm.
recommend them doing that as well. Like cling on to somebody that stands out
Yes.
to you,
Yes.
do what they're doing, watch what they're doing, and that will really really help you. Um, but let's see here. Another thing that I wanted to ask you is, you mentioned that you do lifting, but is that what you do for like self care, or what does self care mean to you?
That is what I do for self-care. Um, so I think self-care is something is internal and external. So I go to the gym. It makes me feel good. Um, I I've said it to my trainer that I feel a lot stronger, like physically, but
Yeah.
not just physically, like mentally.
Mm.
And I feel like this today, this is the strongest I've been physically and mentally. The gym, it has helped me tremendously. Yes.
Yeah. When did you start going to the gym?
So I've always gone to the gym, but I never thought about lifting weights because I didn't want to be.
Oh,
I didn't want. I was scared to be too big,
too bulky. Yeah.
too bulky. But that's not the case. Lifting weights, it you burn fat, and it's the best decision I've ever made. But yeah,
Wow. So you say you do it 3 times. Do you
okay,
go with
three
a
times.
personal trainer?
I do have a personal trainer. Yes,
Okay, nice.
yes,
Yeah. And
yes.
what else do you do for self care?
I like to go walking
Mm.
outside as well, as long as the weather's nice. um, I like to be outside, and I also like to spend time with people that I love. So, like my dog, some family, and just taking care of me. Just realizing that as a business owner, we have all these things in our head,
Yeah.
and all these we get invited to events, this and that, And I think that you just like truly sit down and be like, okay, I've been to 3 events all weekend. Today, I just need to like be home.
Yeah.
And I have those conversations with myself and, you know, just be home. Don't have to be out all the time.
Yeah. You're a little bit more intentional.
Yes. I can feel it like in my, I can just feel myself saying, okay, we need to relax.
Yeah. So you have
I get very overwhelmed. I wouldn't say easily, but I just get overwhelmed with just doing this, doing that, like business, but not just business, just life
yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
So
So would you like to share with us a little bit about what your day in the life looks like for like the days that you have an event to do? How does that start? How do you plan out your day?
I get up early those days, super early, because I want to be prepared, and I make sure all my equipment's charged. I map out my time, how long it's gonna get me there, to confirm with my client this and that, and just being on top of everything.
What would you say? I know a lot of business owners, um, they try to do their own thing, like
Hmm.
make it special for the client, right? So that they can return to
Hmm.
you because what you did for them meant so much that they're like, I need to book her again. So what would you say is your like special sauce or your the thing that keeps your clients coming back?
Honestly, it's just being yourself, and it's more than just networking. It's about you're building a relationship with that person,
Yeah.
because that's not the last time you're gonna see them again. There's Chicago's not that big. You're gonna see them at this event or that event. Like you're gonna end up running into them multiple times. So it's more than just I did business for that person. It's a relationship.
Yeah. And would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an introvert for sure. For sure. Because when I first started networking, I was so nervous. At my first event, I was so nervous. And I still get nervous. Because you have to put yourself out there that you've never done before, and not even in person, like on social media as well. Like you have to present yourself. You you have to you have to present yourself in a way that just people would like you, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And
I don't know. I'm just a very I like to consider, or I would consider myself a very quiet person.
mhm.
Um, but so me
So
being on this podcast is a lot.
So how do you get out of that? How do you get out of being like reserved and to yourself to just being this networking butterfly?
I've learned to do things even though that I'm scared.
Mhm.
Um, because this podcast, by the way, I love the name of your podcast.
Thank
Um,
you.
I know this is what I'm meant to be doing,
Mhm.
but you're gonna have to do certain things. You're gonna be scared, but you're gonna have to, put yourself out there. You're gonna have to do, yeah, do certain things.
Yeah, yeah. Do you do you read books on like self-development or maybe network marketing or
I am more of a podcast person.
okay.
So I listen to like John Maxwell, he's amazing,
Mm,
and Ed Mylett, he's also amazing. Um, I try to listen to more podcasts than anything. Um, yeah, because I can listen to the podcast while I'm driving. So
yeah. I love that. I love Ed Mylett. He has a very strong voice,
mhm.
but he's super sweet. Do you have any podcasts that you would recommend besides John Maxwell and Ed Mylett?
Those are really the only two that that I listen to.
Okay.
I like to listen to. I don't know because I think I like them. I know I'm at John Maxwell and at Mylett. They refer everything back to God. I learned,
Yes.
yes, which I absolutely love. And I first found out about John Maxwell maybe about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was invited to go to this like event, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like all these speakers talking, and he was one of them, and he referred everything back to God, and I was like, this is amazing. So
Yes, John Maxwell has been around for a very, very
yes,
long
yes,
time. And they also have a coaching
yes,
service.
yes.
They help with coaching, they help with speaking, public speaking.
Mhm.
Um, I remember going to one of his events. Unfortunately, he wasn't there, but
No, yeah, the one that I went, he wasn't there. It was like a recording, but he was speaking. Yes, yes.
yeah, I think it was, gosh, I don't know if it was, I think it was South Barrington. It was like a church. Um, yeah, they had like space for events, and
Mhm.
gosh, I can't remember what the church name is, but it was in South Barrington.
We might have went to the same event. I think I went to. It was like a.
Maybe.
He was for his podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there.
We went. It was Erica, Yesenia, and I. We were there.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Cause I'm also like, I like to think of myself as an extrovert, but at the same time, there are moments where I freeze, and I'm like, I
Mhm,
need support. Like, I need to
mhm,
take my friend
mhm,
because I can't do it by myself.
mhm,
But yeah, those events are amazing. They have so much good information. And you're right, he
mhm.
does refer everything back to faith and belief. And I love that about him. There are other ones, other podcasts too, that have been very helpful. I would say Mel Robbins is another great podcast, the Mel
Mhm.
Robbins podcast. She recently interviewed Sarah Jakes Roberts. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's a pastor. She is in her mid 30s,
Oh,
and
I think I know who she. I think I follow her. Yes.
yes, she released a book called Power Moves.
Mhm.
Um, and she has events as well. But anywho, I love Mel Robbins just because not only does she like talk about self improvement, self development, inspire, motivate, but she has research that like
Mhm.
she has experts on her podcast that really say why taking cold baths actually helps you, even though we all dread them. But she has a lot of research in her podcast that backs up her theories. So she's not just saying stuff to say, you know. So what would you say are three tips or skills that you have that have helped you persevere in difficult seasons or situations?
To always have faith.
Mm,
The second one I would say is we kind of mentioned it. Is to be mindful who you surround yourself with.
yes.
Friends, business, family. So boundaries with people. So to always have faith and
Yes.
to be mindful who you surround yourself with. And the third one I would say is I think we went over it just a little bit. I mean, I think I've said it. Just to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I say this because you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's someone out there who's going through a really bad season and they see you on in person or in social media and they're doing all these things. You can be inspiring them whether you know it or not.
Yeah, I like that. Uh I took some time off social media and then I came back, but I didn't feel the same. Like I was sharing a lot
Mhm.
of myself before and now not so much. And I really don't know why, but when I do post a few things here and there, you think people are not watching, but the other day I posted something. Usually it will be something regarding faith and God, Jesus, and so I had a friend who, again, you know who's watching, and
Mhm.
she messaged me, and she's going through a very difficult situation, and she was just like, "I really need you to pray for me." Um, I don't think she's a believer herself, but she's like, I've seen the things that you post, and I really just would like a prayer, you know? And I was just like, whoa, like I've never, kudos to her for like reaching out first. And then second, I told Rod, who's my hubby, I'm like, babe, you think people are not watching, but I just got this message and she's like reaching out to me for help, and I'm more than happy to give it to her. But I was just like amazed how you can connect with people in that sense, or that she felt that safe enough to reach out and ask for help. I thought that was huge, and I'm like, maybe I should try to be a little bit more on social media, but I just can't tell, or I don't know where that disconnect
Mhm.
happened of like me being there posting constantly and frequently to like barely
Mhm.
anything now. It could be a divine intervention. Maybe I needed to step away from social media, but yeah, I think what you said is so true. Like, you don't know who's watching, and that's so important. And there's so much negativity in the world, right? Like,
Yes. Yes.
you don't want to be another person that just adds on to
I
that
agree.
pile.
Hmm.
Yeah. And community is huge. We talked about that at the beginning of the recording, and yes, I think it will continue to be something huge. I don't know anyone that is doing good for themselves that doesn't have a community to back them up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I think you and I are in the same Facebook group, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Wise.
Oh, wait. No, I didn't know you were in that group. Well, well,
Yes.
you said a mouse. I was like, I thought, you guys were just friends. Oh, okay. So yeah, we were in the same group.
So Amel and I have been friends. She's gonna kill me if I don't know since when. In middle school or high school. Like
Wow.
and I graduated high school in 2008. So we've been friends for a very, very, very long time.
Wow. And this whole time I thought you were younger than me. You look so young. I thought you were younger than me.
Are we the same age?
A little older, but still, you just look very young. That's a good thing.
Yes, I hope I stay looking like this for a long time. But yeah, I've known Amel for a very, very long time, and she introduced me to the Wise group,
Okay.
but I never immersed myself in it.
You
Again.
should 100,000% do the group. To me, that's where my business kind of like came together.
Okay.
Um, and it completely changed my life, like for the better. Because we talked about boundaries with people, and boundaries is non-existent in the Hispanic household.
Yes.
And and it no, it changed my life, and I'm not just saying that, it really did. And I say this because this was right after I haven't really said anything about it. I was in a very dark place in my life, and after I left the situation, um, I got introduced to Wise,
Okay.
and it 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 was just like it was just amazing because we talked about it was. I also grew closer to God in within that cohort, and then after that, God will place certain people in your life that you need in
Mm.
order to succeed. So I met Jennifer Sanchez. She was the first one, and then over time, I ended up. I said it was a photographer, non-for-profit organization. I met Delilah, which is she introduced me to the church. Like everything, it was just so like in my path. And then soon after that, I took another cohort. It was more on the business side, but that's where I got my LLC and all that. So I learned about business. But like, yes, you should totally take the take the course.
Yeah, I think she has. Maybe you can speak to this a little bit. Does she have like weekly or monthly meetings, Jennifer?
So I know the course runs for I think 3 months, I
Okay.
believe, and you meet every Sunday. I don't really remember for maybe for about like an hour. So you get the group meetings, and then you also get individual um with the coaches with like Mary and Mel during the week. I think it's 2 days a week, maybe one. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, that it it was amazing.
That's so good. Yeah. And she's Latina as well, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah. I think
yes,
that's so amazing, like seeing all these women that look like us
yes,
show
yes.
up in that way. So I hope she keeps on
Hmm.
powering through that program that she has. 'Cause obviously, it's helped so many
Hmm.
people. What would you say, or what does stepping into your calling mean to you?
So, like I mentioned, I love the name of the podcast. Um, so I had this conversation with myself actually. Like what's your purpose? What are you supposed to be doing? And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like your purpose or what you're supposed to be doing, um, it goes back to your childhood. Not when you were like super little, maybe when you were like 11, 15, middle school, high school, you had like this little dream in your head and you're little, so you have like this dream and you get older and you either do what you're supposed to be doing or you do something completely different. But for me, um, I had this idea for a very long time, 10 years. I had this idea of having a photography business. And I remember telling my my cousins, my tias, my tios, and friends, telling them I'm gonna have this photography business. And I remember them telling me, "What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna take photos." um, so I feel like it's your purpose is the dream that you have in your head when you were younger.
Mm,
I could be wrong, but
yeah. But that's
so,
what it means to you.
yes, yes,
Yeah. I think as the season changes though, like your idea of how you want to live your life can
yes,
change.
yes. I also came to realize that it's more than just a business. It's more than just a photography business. It's so much more than that. My I want to be able to give back to the community in ways that's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's that's my big that's my purpose. I'm working my way up to my purpose. I have the business and I'm just working my way up to be at that success, to be able to give back to others,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's what I'm like meant to do, is to give back to others.
Yeah.
And just, it's not even about like how much money. I don't care about
Mm-hmm.
the money. It's just being able to give back to the community, to people, to, yeah, it's giving back.
When you say to like the community, do you have a specific community that comes to mind when you think about that?
I think the Latino community, and not even just Latino community. I feel like even just um, young adults too, to tell them. And I tell this to my cousins who are in college, who are 21,
Mm-hmm.
22, and I tell them, you're still young to figure out what you want to do, but once you have that dream in your head, go for it. Do it. Do it scared. You don't have the money, just do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would say the same thing. I think for me, it's a little bit more difficult to tell the younger generation
Mhm.
right now. I think I'm just like, a veces me enojo, I get mad. Like, what are you doing with yourself, younger generation?
And it's not, and I say that when they're called, but even like the kids, the little kids, like I'll tell them, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? These are like maybe like, I don't know, like 8, 10 year olds. What do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I don't know, I want to work at a store. I'm like, think bigger than that,
Yeah.
because I also feel like as a Latino, I feel like you're they don't allow you, or they don't allow you,
They don't plant the seed.
there we go, they don't plant the seed in your head that you can dream so big and you can accomplish anything that you want in this world.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell the kids too, like, what else do you want to do? Own a store. Okay, but how about you own that store, not work at the store? Own the store.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I think
so
just changing the language that we
yes,
speak
yes,
to them.
yes.
And I also think too, like, okay, I'm giving you this advice, or I'm telling you to do this
Mm-hmm.
way. So now I have to show you
Mm-hmm.
how to, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not enough to just be like, hey, you're gonna be successful, or you have to,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
be like,
yes,
role model it.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah. You do have to show up the way that you are advising people to show up,
yes.
because that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, is there something else that you would like to tell us? You want to promote anything? Maybe your business?
So my business is Fotografia by Sofia. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Um, I personally don't have any events of my own.
Mm-hmm.
There is an event coming up in August 15th, and I would love for Marisol to be there as well. It's a women's event. It's a Chicago Manahood. August 15th. It's going to be at the College of DuPage. Um,
Oh, okay.
so the event is on Eventbrite.
I can, if you want to send me the link, I can always post the
Okay,
link
perfect. Yeah,
on
there'll
the
be a link.
description box. Yeah.
I'll be there. Hopefully Marisol can go.
Yes, I've been missing all these events, and I'm like, she's gonna stop inviting me if I don't go to one of these. But aside from doing this podcast, I am a workaholic. Like, I have two jobs right now.
Two
Um,
jobs.
I have
What?
two
What?
jobs. I work for a university
Mm-hmm.
as a student learning specialist, so basically like a student support specialist. And then I work as a nurse at Rush Hospital in Chicago.
Okay.
So I don't do them at the same time, like
Mhm.
full time. I just do Rush once in a while. And every that once in a while, it falls on that event that you send me.
Oh,
And I'm just like, why is this happening? But August 15th on
yes,
Eventbrite, we'll
yes.
put the link on the description box. Can you tell us what's going to be happening at this event?
So it's an opportunity to network with other women and other, not just Latinas. There are going to be women there, and it's not even about. I say network, but it's not really a network. It's more so building friendship, um, building the friends, meeting new people,
Yeah.
making friends, and it's a great way just to meet other people.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be looking out for that. And then, well, Sophia, it was like a pleasure to talk to you. This will probably not be the last time we have like a nice conversation. Maybe we can dive into some other topics that are that we need to talk about and people need to hear because I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
there's plenty. Um, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here with me and spend your morning with the all of us. So thank you.
Of course, of course.
Hey, congratulations for listening to this episode and taking the next steps to start living a more intentional life. Please share this episode with someone who may need to hear it. Follow me on all social media platforms at Sol Lagunas. And thank you so much for supporting the podcast by subscribing, rating, and reviewing. Don't forget how much I appreciate you, sending you lots of virtual hugs. And until the next one, keep stepping into your calling without fear.